Happy days. Da-da-da. What a day. I got a week with you. These days are all. Oh, are we, can you hear me, Bob? Ba-ba-ba. Let's see. Are we on? Are we on, Bobby? Because I can't hear you. These days are I can't hear you.
We're on.
Oh, I did you hear my singing at all? Did you hear my singing? All right, we'll just go. So,
yeah, we did hear you singing. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. So I was tonight's guest. We have our co-host is Phil Paws from the Oklahoma City Police Department. Happy days.
I heard it.
And he was also a military guy. What's your branch? What branch of the military were you gonna get, Phil?
I was in the United States Air Force, Security Forces.
Holy crap! And tonight we also have my godchild nurse representing all the emergency responders tonight and all the healthcare professionals. Amanda Potsie is today.
Sweet.
Yes, and closing the show out, Phil, Saturday is Caitlin Palufo, comic. She'll give us some yucks at the end. So
nice.
Beautiful intro, just smooth as always. What a crap show there. Anyway, hello, Phil Paws.
How you doing, sir? I'm trying to get my I'm getting this shared to my pages real quick for us.
All right, good. You know
so
what?
We can have...
Phil, since we went through the whole thing, I'm going to bring up Amanda with us because she's only going to be on for a few minutes, so we'll give her a little more FaceTime.
Okay.
So bring in Amanda. Because I only told you 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And you have to understand, Phil, with my family, if I only gave her 5 minutes, I'm going to hear it for the next year. Oh, you made Amanda put the time aside. She's so busy. And you gave her 5 minutes.
That's right.
So we're going to give her a little long. Amanda, Phil, before Amanda.
Hi.
Hi, Amanda. Nice to meet you.
How are you guys?
Good.
Doing good.
Give us your background in a nutshell. You're a nurse. Give us your whole background while I'm eating a Christmas cookie, Amanda. These are called reindeer poop. Go ahead.
In moderation.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, I'm representing every medical professional in the field, okay, and emergency responder. So I'm glad you covered that. I'm representing everyone. So I've been a nurse for about 10 years now.
Wow.
I started at Columbia Presbyterian. I worked in liver transplant, kidney transplant. And I'm at Stanford Hospital right now in Connecticut working in oncology. So I work in radiation oncology as part of our bigger oncology center there. And we've been plugging through since COVID. We've not missed one day, thank God. Our staff has been healthy and we've been able to treat patients seamlessly, which is something that they are not able to do and we're not able to do in New York with the surge. So,
all right. So let me first say, hero alert. You are a hero. You are a hero. Phil is a hero, but you are a hero, and you're representing all our friends around the country who are doing such great work during this crazy time.
Absolutely.
And Phil, let me tell you a little story about Amanda. All right, a little story about my godchild, Amanda. After 9/11, we had a candlelight vigil, and I could still picture her cute little face at that ceremony. Making me feel like everything is going to be okay. Just looking at her really makes me feel good. She is a good kid. I call her a kid. She's what? How old are you now? 48, right?
36.
36. All right, 36. She's 36. I call her a kid because I watched her grow up. She's my godchild, and she's awesome. She's a nurse, and she did the whole thing. So, my version of Happy Days, Phil.
Yeah.
It was pretty messy.
Hey, I liked it. I understood it.
I was practicing for a while, and I didn't realize that we were on. I'll blame Bobby. It's easier to blame Bobby. I want to compliment Butch for getting Potsie from Happy Days. Amanda, have you ever watched Happy Days?
Yes, I used to watch Happy Days.
Watch the reruns, obviously.
Yes.
We're landing. We're becoming a big show. You know what I'm saying? Big show, even though I am stuck in my basement still. Behind the screen is a a manger, away in a manger, and you think, wow, Phil would be saying this too, probably. Wow, how nice during the Christmas season. Are you right?
Yeah.
My daughter was supposed to put it away from 3 years ago from the Christmas party. It's been there for 3 years.
Sounds about right, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the way to do it, man. If you just leave your decorations out and your lights up a year round, then you never have to mess with them, So
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Amanda, I really thank you for your service, in the health field, because you guys are going through hell right now. And I was a police officer for nearly 30 years in Oklahoma City, and I retired just when COVID started breaking out. And so, I saw a little bit of it, but I got to hand it to you. You guys, did you ever test positive or no? Good. That's a miracle in itself.
That is a miracle of PPE. You wear a mask, you wash your hands, you don't touch your face, you keep your distance. And I got to tell you, we're very successful with patient to nurse or doctor transmission, as long as you're not around vented patients. Once you have vented patients, it gets a little more complicated.
Are we allowed to say, Amanda, what happened to you this week?
Yes. So it was a miracle. We got our first round of the vaccine, and I got my shot on Friday, round 1. Round 2 comes January 5th. It's a miracle. It is a miracle that we were able to get this vaccine.
Don't do this. Like, something like that. Like, I got my shot. How any side effects, Amanda?
Nothing. A sore arm, same as the flu.
Beautiful.
And it's it's just going to be like, I'm not a medical person, but it's just like anything else, I would think. You're going to have some people that might have a little allergic reaction to it, or some reaction, but it's going to be few and far between.
The UK started, I think, almost 2 weeks ago now. They've had really good success with it. Of course, if you're hypersensitive and you are prone to allergic reaction, like any vaccine, you're going to be at a higher risk for a reaction. But I think, over 127,000 people have been vaccinated this week. And, it's a handful of reactions, which is to be expected with any vaccine.
That's expected. I can say that I have 2 nurses in my house here. And one of them is probably getting the vaccine in the next few weeks. The other one, I don't know. I'm trying to get the vaccine as a emergency. Like, I go to the store a lot. You know what I'm saying? I am the store guy. So is that from your Googleation, Phil, from your Googleation, and Amanda, your knowledge, is the shopper guy who goes to get the fruit?
You're like 10th round.
I'm 10th band. 10th band. All right. Well, I'm teaching. I also teach first responders. But I asked them about that, and they said, John, you have to give them some knowledge, not just stand in class.
So Amanda, just in your profession, if you had an audience, which you do right now, I've got about 400,000 followers, and hopefully a lot of them are watching right now because I shared this show.
I got two.
If you had to give some advice to just the average citizen during this time, go ahead.
Use your best judgment. So, number 1 is wear a mask. Wear a mask. If you're grocery shopping, wear a mask. Wash your hands. Be smart. If you're able to get the vaccine and you don't have any sensitivities to it, get the vaccine. And it's a really tough time with the holidays. People want to spend time with their family. I totally get it. Be smart about who you're, about the amount of people you're spending time with and how far outside of your bubble they are. So
can I add to that? Can I add to that, Amanda? The amount of people, because the more people you're with, the more of a chance somebody.
Totally.
But if you're with 4 people and 2 of them you have no idea where they've been, that's worse than being with 10 people who you pretty much know. You
got to look at the high risk people in your life. Right?
Yes.
People over 65, the people with hypertension, diabetes, who are overweight, you're putting those people at risk. You really, it's a selfless time where you have to think it's bigger than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm trying. I am the weak link in my house, and what I mean by that is nobody else is really going to the supermarket. Yeah. So I would consider, and I'm pretty careful. Other than my dad, who that's a whole other story. Mm-hmm. To tell a 87-year-old that he can't meet his friends at McDonald's like he's been doing for 5 years,
Yeah,
It's tough. It's tough for the seniors right now. But
totally.
Yeah.
Amanda Potsie, I can't. Now you're going to co-host one week. All right.
Apparently, I don't know when I agreed to that, but
No, you have to agree. You're going to co-host, and you're going to do. Do you want to close with that song we spoke about?
which song?
You know, the one that you love to sing. That song. Amanda's a wonderful singer and a tap dancer. Phil, Amanda, go.
I am a good tap dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a clog guy. You know, what do you call it? The clogs?
The clog. The
Yeah,
Irish,
you
like
the
the
what do you
Irish,
call it?
A clogger.
Yeah, the clogger. Yeah. But you'll practice that song,
Yes.
and the next time you come on, you'll open with that. Phil is a wonderful singer. Phil, you want to give Amanda just one verse of a song for our
Send me
emergency
out.
responders?
Come on.
Yeah, I put this one up on my page today.
Beautiful.
And it's getting a lot of views. It's being received very well. So I'll sing about 30 seconds of that for you.
Good.
If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? If I swore you were an angel, would you treat me like the devil tonight? If I was dying of thirst, would your flowing love come to quench me? Oh, if I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Oh, wait, hold on, Phil. That's my married cousin you're singing. I thought you were going to sing one. Did you ever know that you're something like that? Not give me a body, but anyway.
No, it's just a song by the Bellamy Brothers.
You got
I'm
good
kidding
pipes.
you. I'm kidding
You
you.
got good pipes.
Amanda Potsie, thank you so much, Bubba, for coming
Everybody
on.
Stay safe, okay? Happy
Yes.
holidays.
You too, praying for you.
Good
Let's
luck.
go to our first commercial break, and we'll be back with Anson Williams.
Hi, I'm Michael Barish, managing partner of Barish, McGarry, Salzman & Penson. We are honored to represent over 11,000 people in the 9/11 community. The people who work at my law firm can really relate to what the 9/11 community is going through because they're going through it too.
So my dad's name was Billy Gormley, and he was a fireman on 9/11.
My father also was a firefighter, and he did report down there as well on 9/11.
My dad, Alan, worked on the 104th floor of the second tower. He was an IT technician.
My father was a fire inspector.
My husband, his name is David Velez. He was a detective with the NYPD. And if I can help anybody that is going through exactly what I have gone through for the last 17, 18 years and make their life just a little bit better, then you know what? I love coming to work every single day.
You know, this is a genuine office. Like, people are really sincere.
The best part of my job is the clients. Every once in a while you'll hear in their voice how grateful they are for the work that we do.
We take this personally, and we will not rest unless we help everybody we can before this victim compensation fund ends in 2 years. And we will be fighting to get this thing extended past 2020 because cancer isn't going to stop afflicting the 9/11 community.
That's our friend Michael Barish from Barish and McGarry. I said it right, Butch. McGarry. I always say it wrong. I hear some feedback there. So Amanda, interesting guest. She gave us what everybody's saying. Wear your mask, keep your distance, be smart, wash your hands. We're getting a little punchy, so we can't take our foot off the pedal, so to speak.
No, and hopefully now, to me, when I was in the military, when I was in Germany, we had exercises, biological exercises where we wore these full mop gear from head to toe for 16, 18 hours a day. And, and we did that for weeks at a time. And, and I just tell myself, if I could do that for 18 hours a day, up to 2 or 3 weeks at a time, I can wear a mask on my face for a trip into Walmart, so yeah. Come on, people.
Very impressive. So I can tell you that when you say Germany, when I was in Queens, in Flushing, I wore my suit for 35 minutes straight. So you're topping me again with the 18 hours. But yes, we can wear our masks. Hello, Jenny Clay. So do we have Anson in the waiting room? We can't hear you, Bob.
Yep, we do not have Anson yet. We are waiting patiently.
We do not have Anson. I think he's toying with us, this guy. I really think he's, maybe we should give him some of those alert drops. Mr. Anson Williams. That's okay, because Phil and I can talk all night. What's been going on the last week, Phil, with you? Anything interesting and exciting? I can tell you this. Let me start off with me, because Phil, is my favorite topic. I don't know if I told you this. That me is my favorite topic. I made a mistake the other day. Do you have any 4-year-olds in your life? 4, 5?
Oh yeah, I've got all kinds of nieces and nephews.
Okay, don't do this. Don't do this. My dad came over the other day with his Christmas gift because my dad's going up to my sister's for Christmas in Pennsylvania. So we got out of the car and he had 2 packages. And I always try to get my grandson. I go say hello to Gigi, great grandpa. Go say hello to Gigi. I try to teach him the respect and all of that,
Yeah.
So he's running over and he sees the 2 presents. He goes, what are those? What are those presents, right? Because right away, and I made the mistake of saying, one of those are for you, but you can't open it till Christmas. For the next 32 hours, waking up from his sleep. Can I open the present? Can I open the present? And my family is ready to kill me. Again, I'm an idiot. I was not thinking.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what we usually do. We usually do something like that, for our wives and daughters to get on us about it. So, yeah, you got to be careful, man. Yeah, I've got a 16-month-old grandson that he's over here regularly, and we have 2 Christmas trees, and and it's my job just to follow him around and make sure that he doesn't break all the decorations and topple the trees over. So, I follow him around all the time whenever he's over here, but it's a lot of fun.
Phil, can I tell you some? Can I give you some advice about the 16-month-old to save money? To save money, Phil, because I'm a cheap bastard.
Me too.
Wrap up a gift, something that he's been playing with for the last 6 months. He will have no idea. Don't buy a 16-month-old any gifts. They have no idea. Hey, Jordan, how are you? They have no idea.
Hey, Jordan. Hey, you know what I've also discovered, on that note, is if you just wrap up an empty cardboard box, hey, man, they're just as good.
I want that. I want to play that. We made a call today, Phil, to the St. Albans Veterans Hospital, where we do shows once a month before COVID started. Right. How they're doing over there. Number one, they need nothing donated. They have tons of donations.
Right.
Good job to all the people that donated, but we're supplying a comedy show. So we sent them one on YouTube. They streamed it to the rooms and they enjoyed it. So we're going to be doing another one. We do it out of the studio because I don't want this to go on what you see me. So we do it out of the studio. We got a little expense with the studio, and I like to give the comics a few bucks. They're not working. So if anybody would like to make a donation to cover the veteran shows, we would love that. If not, we're doing them anyway. We got some money in the till, but it would be nice if we got some donations on that. I picked the grandson up from nursery school the other day, and I know doing something for somebody else, even if it's the littlest thing, it feels so good, right? It just feels so good. So this older woman, very old, she probably was in her mid-80s, Bill. Car, when you don't touch the car after a huge snow?
Yeah.
and it was totally covered. You couldn't see the car. Everybody's waiting for the kids, and I look at the woman, and she has like a brush that you may use to polish your shoes and a steak knife. And she's out there cleaning up. So I walk over and I go, ma'am, what are you doing? She goes, well, I go, let me open the door. I brushed up and get in the car, and I just went, hey, guys, anybody have a... And we cleaned off the car for this woman. She was so happy. I get my grandson. Now she wants to back the car out. And, you know, they shoveled like 3/4 of the distance she needed to fit the car backwards. So now what do I do for her? I can't get in the car, COVID, this and that. We stood there and watched for 10 minutes her trying to get out. Finally, my grandson goes, did it take me too long? I wanted to make sure she got out, but it was nice to help her. But I stood there and watched her for a half hour trying to back out. She got out.
Yeah, you guys have hellacious snowstorms here in Oklahoma. We got about 5 or 6 inches, and here, that's a light day for you guys. That's t-shirt weather for you guys. But here, if we get 5 or 6 inches here, the state stops.
Yeah.
I mean, they cancel every school, church, work, everything, and it's melted off by the afternoon anyway. But yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
My buddy in Buffalo, he was the captain of the hazmat team up there. Big guy, big heavyset guy. They used to call him Captain Hazfat. And the snow, they never close down. They can get 4 feet of snow and they don't close down. They keep moving up there. But we did get a lot. The problem was it snowed, then it rained in the middle of the night for a little while, then snowed again. So the snow was so heavy to shovel. It was so heavy. But I used to do the whole block with my blower.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Somebody's going to do my house. Nobody. And then my 35-year-old son calls me. He says, hey, Dad, I'm busy today. And you think you could come up and shovel my... Oh my God, I had a heart attack laying in front of his house. So it was a lot. It was a lot of snow. It was a lot of snow. I do have a snow song. I'm not going to sing it for you. What snow songs do we have?
Snow.
In the middle, we can build a snowman that has snow in it. Philip.
Snow. Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow. I don't know the words.
Outside is frightful. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see if we can go to our second commercial break, only because I want to see if we can get Anson on. I'm sure Butch is working the phones because this is the second time. Butch is like, what's going on? I would love to see Phil. I think we'd be very entertained right now if we just had the camera on Butch trying to get. I think that would be the most fun right now. Yeah. There he is. Look, there he is. Butch, I am giving you such compliments by getting good guests. Let me give you a little hint, but they have to show up. You know what I'm saying? Who's next? Who do you have next? Well, we got President Clinton is going to be our guest.
I am texting him.
Well, I'm sure our viewers would love to see that. That'd be very entertaining. So let's just show your text to Anson Williams.
I'm texting him, and he's saying he can't get in. So,
what is half of nothing? I'm going to cut your salary in half. What is half of nothing?
Well, listen, I think he's coming in right now. He's coming in right now.
Oh, let's see. Should we go
Let's go to a commercial.
All right, let's go to commercial. We'll come back with Anson Williams or Butch's cell phone showing us text messages.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad. Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
I think Butch is going to need a LifeVac. Oh, that's not Butch. That's Anson. What?
You're all jumble. Hi, how are you? You know how many times I've done this, dudes?
How many
times? I was backstage waiting for you.
Well, you know what, Anson? I am.
And
I would call myself.
And I can't hear you. You're all jumbled.
You can't hear me. Do you have two things on?
You're all jumbled.
Do you have your computer and something else on?
You got to use Zoom.
Oh, we did Zoom. Am I still jumbled?
It's all it's.
Bobby, mute me and let Phil talk. Maybe
Phil, just talk to Anson. Let's see if it's just John or it's everybody.
Okay. Just cut up sound.
Hey, Anson, how you doing? I'm Phil Paz. Can you hear me?
Here's what I hear. Hear me? Hear me? It's all discombobulated.
Mute Phil and myself, Bobby, and you talk to him. I think it might be Anson.
Should I try it again?
Let me put you out. Let me put you back in.
Now there's no sound.
Testing.
No, it's all
Anson, do you have two? He may have two things on because it's not us. All right, Anson, maybe you should log off and call back in and see if it can fix itself. Maybe.
Wait, say that again.
Yes.
Maybe you can just log him back in again and see if we can fix it.
Am I still jumbled, Anson?
Test.
So
jingle bell, rock.
I would, Bobby, mute Anson for a second. How's that sound? Anson, can you hear me? I think he has two things on because it's not us. He may have his phone and a computer, or maybe he was trying to get in on two devices. You know what I mean? Phil, were you ever on Happy Days, Phil?
I was never on Happy Days. I used to watch Happy Days all the time.
I loved Happy Days. I was never that cool though. I was never that cool.
It's all gibberish, guys.
Yeah, I honestly think it's Anson, guys. I think he has two things on.
Testing.
Yeah,
1,
Butch,
2, 3.
I would call him, Butch, and see, because he may have been having problems getting on, and then he went to another device. You know, Anson, how we stand? Still jumbled?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, now you can hear me?
Yeah.
We're good?
Testing.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Sorry about all of that, Anson. I'm glad we have you. Finally. You know what? I'm not even going to go into Happy Days first. Let's go right into your alert drops because that's the main reason you're here, correct?
Well, yeah, but also we want to make people laugh and be happy. So, you know,
yeah.
Let's start with that.
Laughter saves lives. We all do.
Let's start with laugh. Let's start with making.
Hey, Anson. Hey, can you hear me? Am I coming through good? Okay. Hey, I got to tell you, huge fan. I watched Happy Days religiously, like most people of the time, and I love them, man. And I got to say, you don't look that much difference at all.
Seriously?
I mean,
seriously?
No, yeah. I mean, you look really good. I mean, obviously some good, healthy living going on there.
That was worth waiting for, right, Anson?
Yeah. I'm your friend. Oh, I'm like all yours. No.
Hey, I've been checking out some interviews.
It's a few things. Yeah. It's amazing how powerful your thoughts are. In terms of just feeling good or whatever. So I think that's DNA's part of it. Also, just logical steps for living. Eat right, exercise, don't overindulge.
Reducing stress, I'm sure, is a big part of that too.
It's how to deal with stress.
Yeah.
Reducing stress is dealing with stress.
Yeah.
We all get overwhelming, problems at times. It's how you deal with it. You can either exacerbate it or you can calm it down. And I meditate and honestly, one of the greatest things I've learned in life is the minute you start feeling negative, like do something positive for somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, giving is the key to a long life. Giving instead of taking makes you feel so good.
We spoke about this. We spoke about this last week because we go to the veterans hospitals to do shows, and there are days where my family was all over. They're in my little pool in the backyard, and I had to get up and drive 35 minutes into Queens into the veterans hospital, and I'm only human. It's 90 degrees out. You're like, oh, I could be in the pool, And then when you get there and you're leaving, and you go, man, I was in the right place today. So when you donate your time, there's something to be said for that. That feels good.
Guys, let me tell you, the character of this country, kind of half of it, there's too major a part of this country that's greedy. For me. I tell you, if the littlest things will change the character of this country. It's the littlest things. It's like, it's if you're in the line somewhere and a mother has a little baby on the back of the line, and be sensitive to that individual. Bring them up to your spot. Take a second place. Just think of someone else before you. More than not. It's a huge change, man. If you're in the grocery store, littlest, and you can tell if somebody's kind of, they're living check to check, whatever. And it's a mom, 3 kids, pay for their groceries.
Yeah.
Don't say who you are. Just pay for the groceries. I mean, it's just be sensitive to other people. Just be. It's such a turnaround for the character. There's such greed in this country now, guys.
Yeah.
So everyone's got to be right.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it becomes it's an egocentrical company. Well, I'm right. You're wrong. Well, I'm Republican. Well, I'm Democrat. You got to, and it's just an ego thing. It's like, geez, let's, we're losing our human side of ourselves.
Listen, people need to listen more. They need to listen.
Yeah,
Nobody's listening. But I agree with you with doing the little things. I was thinking the other day when I was watching, I was just telling Phil that 85-year-old woman cleaning off a car with a knife, a steak knife, and we went over to help her. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? Because I know I've helped people. When I get to be that age, I am not going to hesitate to go, hey, people, I need some help over here. I need this.
Exactly.
You know what, Anthony? You know why? Because basically people, especially in New York, they're busy or they think they're busy. But when you stop somebody and you look them in the eyes and you give them a little shake, hey, I need help, most people are going to help you.
Because innately, we're givers before takers. We learn to be takers.
Yeah.
Our instinct is, isn't it true, guys? Our instinct is to help.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. Yeah, and back to I'm gonna steer this back towards Happy Days, but again, I watched Happy Days as a kid very religiously, and I loved that show, and I loved Potsie. I mean, the show. It wouldn't be Happy Days without Potsie, but I understand that they actually considered somebody else for that part before you. Any truth to that?
Before Potsie?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, I didn't. There were a lot of people that auditioned. Happy Days. There were 2 pilots. Okay, the first one didn't sell, and it didn't have a Fonzie in it. Didn't have a Ralph in it. Mr. Cunningham was played by Harold Gould. Marion Ross was in it. I was in it. Ron was in it. Different Joni. But it was a much softer show. But I tell you, that one pilot, I saved someone's career.
Really?
This superstar owes me at least 10%. John Travolta tried out for Potsie. Can you imagine what would have happened if he got it? Well, it was on the ABC list. And then he auditioned for Barbarino.
Yeah.
Much better part for him.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story.
Honestly, he got Barbarino. If he was Potsie, forget about it. You know why they brought him in? He was in the touring company of Grease, and he played kind of more of a, not a, like kind of just a nebbish a character in it. And he sang this, what's that playing on the radio, on the guitar? This very shy guy. And they thought, oh, perfect for Potsie. So John Travolta owes me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I was watching some interviews. I've been watching a lot of Happy Days things on YouTube, and I see a lot of interviews with you and Donnie Most.
Yes.
And on the show, you guys had some awesome chemistry, and even the recent interviews, you guys still have that chemistry going on. I mean, do you guys you still keep in touch?
We're best friends. Actually, we're best friends.
Really?
In fact, I'm here. We have all this COVID stuff in California. It's all been tested. So I'm meeting Don like by the ocean outside tomorrow.
Nice.
Cool.
We see each other all the time. We're best friends.
That's good. That's good. That's good to hear. And that's since the show. You've never stopped being friends since the show.
We're all still friends.
Wow.
Ron Howard is a phone call away.
Yeah.
Henry Winkler, a total doll, is a phone call away. Marion Ross, we brought a couple of weeks ago, brought food, up to Marion's house and just caught up. I mean, we're always we're very close. It's been 40 some years, guys. And that's because of Gary Marshall. Gary Marshall made sure he created a family.
Yeah.
And it's lasted for 4 decades.
You could feel it. You could feel it. We're very lucky. Phil and I, we come from a background of brotherhood. Phil was a cop, I was a fireman. So it's a different type of
good for you guys.
Job. It's a different type of job because when you go to your average job, you don't have that connection. You're not depending on each other at times for your life, So we're very lucky. Hey, listen, I don't know about Phil, but I don't have the big house on the hill. I don't have a whole ton of money, but I have those friendships and that bond and that feeling of what I did and the guys that I worked with that can't be duplicated in many other professions.
I mean, it's a classic Citizen K movie. He has everything. What's his last words? Rosebud. His sled. Having fun as a kid on a sled. It's the basic things that make you happy. I never made it as large as Tom Hanks or George Clooney or any, but I had a big enough taste,
right,
to know the priorities of living in life.
Right,
big enough taste. And the big house on the hill, that doesn't make it. Family, friendship, and connection. That's life. That's what you want in your life, to your last breath.
Yeah.
I would die alone. You don't want to. No, you want to laugh together, play together, have fun together, care about each other. That's life.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
Hey,
100%.
Anson. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Anson, I'm gonna give you some phrases from the show, and I want to see if you can tell me if you can remember who they are attributed to, and maybe tell a little story about it or something. But the first one is yowza, yowza, yowza.
Yowza, yeah, that's a new one. That's like,
yowza.
You got me on that one, man.
Okay, so Richie, whenever he would get excited about something, and he would say yowza, yowza, yowza.
He didn't say it that many times. It wasn't like Al Molinari's yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Geez. Thanks for educating me.
Yeah, I remember that one. But anyway, how about this one? Exactamundo.
Well, yeah, Fonzie did that all the time.
Yeah.
Exactamundo.
Good. And how about this one? You're such a Potsie.
Everyone said that one.
Yeah, it seems like I remember Ralph Malph saying that the most.
I know. And, it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, and Happy Days. They added some of these expressions into the lexicon back in those days, just like sit on it. And
sit on it. For months, the writers were trying to figure out a phrase that would connect.
Right.
And one day, just Bob Brunner went, sit on it. And he went like, oh, sit on. And Gary Marshall said, that's it.
That's it.
Sit on. And that became the
That's
iconic
cool.
line.
That's cool. Very cool. So that's what you're most known for. Tell us what else you've done after that. I mean, you've done a lot of other stuff. Some of our viewers, I don't think, are aware of that.
Well, I became, I have directed over 300 hours of television. I mean, pretty much every major television show. Film from HBO with Chris Walken called All American Murder. Then I was on Secret Life of the American Teenager with Shailene Woodley for 5 years. I did a third of all the episodes. So and then I wrote the film Skyward that Ron Howard directed. I exec produced, starring Betty Davis. I've had a very fortunate career behind the camera. And then I also equally went into creating problem-solving products to help people. It was my uncle.
You want to tell us about the alert
my
trap?
uncle was Dr. Henry Heinrich.
That's right. That's so cool. Yes. Yes.
And a lot of people don't realize, actually through Happy Days, the Heimlich maneuver was on national television for the first time on the Merv Griffin show. Mm-hmm. And 3 weeks later, he went on the Carson show because of that show.
Yeah.
And it exploded all over America. But Happy Days was a real reason for the initial launch of the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, and
I'll talk about now. Actually, I'm working on a product now. It's not working. Guys, I want people to laugh, so I want them to be alive so they can laugh.
Right.
And one of the biggest problems in this country, drowsy driving is one. More tragedies, more deaths than drunk and medicated combined, guys. More, and no one talks about it. There are over 200 million drowsy driving situations in America every year. One out of five cause accidents. 1 out of 5 fall asleep at the wheel. I mean, it's just crazy. And then we found out there's an equal problem in exhaustion in America. People are just exhausted. Long work hours, tired moms, kids studying all night, drinking all these drinks to try to stay up and screwing up their health, screwing up their sleep patterns. And I almost killed myself decades ago, falling asleep at the wheel, actually driving home from directing. I was so exhausted. And I was fine, but Dr. Heimlich told me back then, Anson, keep cut up lemons in your car. And you as an ex-police officer probably understands exhaustion, Oh yeah. The hours. And you're drinking bunches of caffeine, right? And then it screws up your sleep pattern and you get all shaky. So Dr. Heimlich said, just have cut up lemons, bite into lemons when you feel exhausted. I go, why? He said, it's very old science. And MIT did studies on this 50 years ago. The citric acid in sour lemon hits the lingual nerve on top of your tongue. And the reflex reaction of the body's adrenaline. Boop, you're up. Just like going to the doctor, and they test your reflexes. The sensory connection of tongue and brain. So the citric acid with sour lemon wakes you up. Nothing in your system instantly.
For how long does it work, Anson?
So we created it 30 minutes. Everybody's body's different.
Right.
So let me just backtrack. So I did that and it worked. And then I had this idea of putting it into a spray drop. Just spray citric acid, sour lemon, water on the top of your tongue. So we created alert drops. If you can see it here, alert drops.
Yeah, nice.
And what it is, I tell people, I say, you can either get alert drops or you can keep cut up lemons. I said, this is much more civilized and a direct hit on your tongue. So if you do this, if you just go, I'm tired, and you go, oh, you're up. Whoop, instantly, you get a shot. Natural, by the way, doctor recommended, all natural. It's already been honored by the United States Congress, California State Senate, City of LA, more testimonials. If people go to alertdrops.com, they can read all the science, all the testimonials, why it works, how it works, and they can get the product. And this little thing here will last over a month. And it's less than 2 Starbucks coffees. It lasts depending on your system. Everyone's different. We found it's an average, like what I just did, it's an average of 30 minutes to an hour.
Very nice.
Do it again. There's nothing here to hurt you.
Hey, Anson, let me ask you a question. Was it? We have a because we got backed up. We had a comic that's waiting in the waiting room. Was going to give us some yucks to close the show. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or would you like to hang out and laugh a little bit with Caitlin Palufo?
You know, I would, but I actually got to get going. So
all right.
But you guys agree. I'd like to do this again.
Yeah.
So we can start off.
We'll do something different next time. Yeah, we'll do something different next time.
Hey, just real quick, I got to tell you, thank you for coming up with the alert drops. You know, when I was a cop on graveyard shift for 16 years, I could have used alert drops, I promise you. And also, thank your uncle for me for coming up with the Heimlich maneuver. When I was on duty one day having lunch with my buddies, an elderly lady choked on some food, and I saved her life with the Heimlich maneuver.
Wow.
So,
wow. See,
you know,
what a great legacy Hank has, Dr. Heimlich. He's passed away going on 3 years ago.
Did not know that.
Every day he lives by saving lives. Because he was here on this earth, there's generations to come. What better legacy, right?
Yes.
And he also said to alert jobs, before he said, make sure you get this out there. It's going to save more lives in the maneuver. So this is paying Dr. Heimlich forward.
Alertdrops.com. What is the website again?
Alertdrops.com. Every family should have this.
Thank you, Anson. Thanks so much for being patient, and we really enjoyed having you.
Thank you so much.
Anson.
God bless, guys. Happy holidays. Stay safe.
You too. Be well.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Potsie from Happy Days. Let's bring Caitlin right in. If Caitlin is in the waiting room.
Hi. Hey. How's it going? I'm so glad to be following a guy who has saved millions of lives and helped to invent the Heimlich maneuver, but I'm here, so that's nice too.
Well, we love having you here. What's been going on, Caitlin? I haven't seen you in forever.
It's been so long, John. How's my favorite fireman? Huh?
I don't know. When I see him, I'll ask him, but so, what kind of funny stuff you have for us today? Not to put you on the spot, but what have you been writing about?
Well, I moved in with my boyfriend, John, and that was a choice that we made. Oh boy. You know, it's good. It's going great. You know, he does chew his food with his mouth open. But that's just something I'll have to let his next girlfriend know. It's not a big deal. It's not. I've been loving the pandemic, you know, minus all of the horrible things that have happened. But, you know, I think every couple should go through a pandemic before they decide to get married, John. It's important. Yeah. If you can't handle 3 months, you're not going to be able to handle 4 to 6 years. Okay. That's what I think about that. How's everything going with you, John?
Well, Caitlin, picture being married 36 years and then being stuck with each other in a pandemic. That is worse. That is worse.
Things have been going good, huh? You feel good about it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Things are great. Things are great.
Yeah. Have you learned how to give a pedicure yet? That'll save your marriage, I feel.
No, but no, I have not done a pedicure in a while.
Or at least a good foot massage.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a YouTube tutorial that's really creepy where you can learn how to give a foot massage.
Yes, I've watched it over and over.
Everybody's got their thing. I'll never judge you. All right?
Thank you, Caitlin.
How you doing, Phil? That looks like a very nice, tight T-shirt. Very muscular over there.
Thank you. You know, after 40 years of being in the military and a police officer, I retired in April. So now in the pandemic, in my man cave, I work out almost daily. So
good for you.
It's a rough life. It's a rough life, but somebody has to do it.
Yeah. I told myself that I would give up bread, and then I started making it. So we're all doing this differently. Extra butter, anything to cope, you know? Yes. We just have very different ways to cope. I learned how to make more sugar. That's what I did. And then
I was on the SWAT team for 25 years. And, you know, one of our sayings was the SWAT guys is we wore our T-shirts 2 sizes too small, and we worked the word breach into every conversation. So, you know.
Oh my God. You sound like half my ex-boyfriends.
I don't mean to brag, but Phil wears a tight shirt. His is a medium, mine's an extra large, but it's still tight.
And you look good doing it, John. You look good.
Thank you, Caitlin. That's why I love you.
Oh gosh. I also got a cat this pandemic. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Do you have any pets, guys?
No, a little dog.
Yeah, I got a little party Yorkie.
Oh my God! Two of the most muscular men I know, with the toughest jobs, with creatures the size of a foot. That's amazing. That is so cute. What is the name of your little Yorkie, Phil?
Jack.
Jack. All right,
Yeah,
that's a very masculine name for a small dog. That dog is jack shit. That's what it is.
Hey, there's a lot of that laying around the house.
Not in that man cave, I'll tell you that.
No.
Oh my God. I got a kitty cat. She's very small. She is hypoallergenic, so she looks very different. She looks a little weird. She's a weird looking cat. I had to pay for her. I saved up a lot of money for 3 years to buy this cat. I love it more than anything on this planet. And I finally got it as a kitten. I put it online. I posted a picture and everyone was like, it looks like a goblin. I'll kill your whole family. All right. You're going to tell me that my pride and joy is ugly? I'll ruin your childhood memories. I'll go and I'll burn the house down. Don't you talk about my Bowie.
I had a similar situation, Caitlin. When I had my first child, I thought they were very cute, but many people said they looked like your cat, basically. I had to get over that.
I've met your children, and they're very good looking. They've really grown. They must have grown into themselves.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have, John?
3 and 1 grandchild.
Oh, look at that. That's amazing.
Yes.
What about you, Phil? Any kids?
Exactly the same. I've got 3 and 1 grandchild.
You're a grandpa? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can I call you
Caitlin, I don't know if you knew this. Phil and I are a couple. We're married. So that's why.
Yeah. So the same 3 kids and grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I live in Brooklyn and I'm from San Francisco. You do you, gentlemen. All right.
Hey, it's 2020.
Yeah, I have. I come from a place where you could marry my cat if you wanted to. So honestly,
I think that's been done.
Yeah, it's about to happen if me moving in with my boyfriend keeps going as well as it's going. I will marry the cat. It will be a thing that I do. Oh boy. Oh, hi Butch. How you doing?
Yeah, there we go, Butch. There's nothing ruder than Butch on his cell phone coming in during the show. You know
I don't think he has any clue.
He doesn't even know he's on. He doesn't
doing his fantasy football.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Butch. How you doing? I love that your last name is Seltzer. That's exciting.
I was talking to. I know I'm on.
You don't know you're on.
I know I'm on.
I'm eating blueberries. All right, listen, Caitlin, we have to get going because they have another show on in 5 minutes. Thank you for being so patient. I want you to come on one week and co-host the whole show with me, all right?
Oh, I would love that. Thank you so much, John. That would be so fun. Thanks for having me, Phil. Keep rocking that tight-ass shirt.
It's so good to see you. It's so good
to see you, Caitlin.
Guys, good night. We'll see you next week at our End of the Year show. We have all the guys coming on. Pat Marone, Frank Fire, everybody, the whole crew. It's going to be a mess. Good night, everybody.
Good night. That's what I wanted to make sure to get out.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm eating blueberries. Which told me not to eat, but I'm eating blueberries right on the air with Potsie. I was doing it during Potsie.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Butch, John, Caitlin.
Bye.
Where's Bobby? Did Bobby fall?
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the deer. The circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play